Hi guys, and welcome back to Battlefield 1, and we're on the second and final part of Avanti Savoia. Tutti Accoppati, or Accoppati. I do apologise, my pronunciation is terrible, but I'll be back after the cutscene.
When I got up, I thought I had died and gone to hell. They blew up the mountain. They buried us. They buried themselves.
Oh God, Matteo.
I had to find him. So I went down into that hell. It was my only choice. I had to find Matteo. He could have been anywhere.
Right, well, he's a tough guy, isn't he? He's had half a mountain dropped on him, well, near him. A plane crashed into him, and he's survived, and now he's going back into the fight. So I've started with a mean-looking dual machine pistol of some kind, or SMG. I'm not entirely sure what it is. Like I say, I'm not an expert. I enjoy these games. I'm sort of a bit of an armchair, well, no, amateur, not even amateur, novice historian when it comes to the world, World War One, World War Two, that sort of thing. I know a little bit, but not a great deal. Now, with this bit, it is fairly long. It's around 28 minutes, I think. Some of that is cutscene though, so it's it's not all mission. But I did die quite a few times, and I found this one, this particular mission, to be, for me, possibly the hardest in the whole game. It's the one that I died on the most and actually got stuck with, and that's why it's sort of edited together as it is, as you'll see, about sort of maybe a third of the way through. And it's I think I had about 6-7 attempts at it and just kept dying. So I left it, went on something else, and the next day put it back on and did it straight away. So that's why I've edited it that way, so that you can see me do it, and if you're struggling on that bit, you'll see how I actually did it. By the skin of my teeth, really, is how I did it. It was, even though I kind of had a plan figured out, it was still a bit iffy a couple of times. So there's not many of them up there. There was only those, was it 3, 4? 3 possibly. So I've grabbed another gun, and I'm going to move down and try and support these guys down here. Now, as you come down here, there are Germans in between you and your guys. Your guys are over near the diamond, and the Germans are on this road down at the bottom and off to the right. There is a weapons building just as you hop over this wall, which comes in quite useful. Now, the quality, I do apologise that the quality of these isn't as good as my World of Tanks ones at the minute. It's just a lot easier for this to be recorded on the PlayStation and done this way. But from, once the single player's out of the way, because I've got all that done, the multiplayer will be done the same way that World of Tanks is, so the sound quality will be better, the picture quality will be better as well. And for those of you that watched the World of Tanks video we uploaded earlier, there will be a few more of those over the coming weeks. I think I'll probably mention this in tomorrow's video as well. And it's for the reviews that I did before the module and armour viewer were available. And they're basically just sort of part 2's add-ons, where I'm just going to go through, and they won't be as long as today's. Today's was a little bit longer. But I'm going to go through them over the next few weeks and just do like a part 2, just showing the modules and the armour, and upload those sort of through the day. So you'll have one of those popping up every now and again, but you will have a normal video at the end of the day as well, like today. But we've got Battlefield today. And is this the 3rd war story, I think? I think it's 2 more after this. Now, I've picked up a couple of weapons. Well, I picked up 8 weapons, so I've picked up a bit more ammo. And I think I am just wondering whether to swap or not. Now, I found that for this bit, the bigger the better, really. You know, the more damage you can do to them and take them down quicker. These bigger guns do take them down with less bullets. Sometimes they're just, you know, one-hit kills. And then pop down here to the right, so you've got to take out 2 armoured cars. Now, I think you've got limpet charges, possibly. But it's easier just to throw a couple of anti-tank grenades at them and take them down that way. And then you've basically got to take out the Germans in front of you, but you do have to be careful because the odd one will come on your right flank and your left flank if you stay behind these sandbags where I am. And that's what's happening now, and it just took me a while to realise it. Which is why I'm glad I'm not a real soldier, because I would have been dead many, many times over. And it's now just a case of basically mopping them up. Well, they did take a bit of a... well, nearly took a hit there, the sandbags did, definitely. And I go on my left again. It's getting a bit hairy health-wise. I should be able to take them out. And then, hopefully, is that it? Was there another... yeah, there was another armoured car there, that's what I had to take out. And, yep, that's it for this bit. So you've just got to take out the armoured cars. If I'd have seen that one earlier, I would have got it sooner and done that bit a bit quicker.
No, the men said his unit had made it further up.
Now, here is where I died a lot. So, there you go. A nice little blend. That's just over where I've come from. Now, it's a large fort. There is a bunker. Or a small amount of underground complex over on the left. You can search that, but you've got the big fort up on the hill in front of you, and you've got a bridge down here. Now, like I say, I died a lot, tried several different ways, and this is the way that I seem to have the most success. Is get a bit closer, mark everybody you can. There's field guns on the hill, and I don't know if it's I think it might be an artillery truck comes and parks on the bridge.
I had to convince myself I wasn't dead.
So I came over to the right, crouched in these rocks, and you can get good shots down at the guys coming down the road towards the bridge. The truck on the bridge can't see you, and you can get shots at the machine gun nest on top of that bunker. You've still got to be careful, but you know, you can spot them from here, you can get your shots out, and you can try and take down as many as you can. And then you've got to get close to try and take out that truck on the bridge. And there is a path, if you keep sort of veering off to the right, there is a path that sort of curves down, goes underneath the bridge. I'm just trying to clear around the truck with as many Germans as I can, because when you go to try and throw the anti-tank grenade at it, you know, you are very exposed. Yeah, beware of flame troopers. A couple of them do come onto the road. Normally, they don't see you or get you down here, so I would say, because he's not come after me, he was probably just shooting at one of the friendlies. And obviously, with the spread of it, just happened to come over. Now, from here, you should be able to throw one of these at it, if you can aim better than I can. And I nearly died again, but I think I've taken it out. I hope I've taken it out. Have I? Yep, I have. There you go. Now, once that's done, you can still try and spot a few guys up there. Some of them possibly might not be there quite yet, but there is a field gun up there, but I can't see it with the binoculars from here. It's over on the side. I'm going to put a few shots in. Need to take out these flamethrower guys because they are a problem. see what else I can see. Take out who I can, and then you can move across to the left and go through the underground bunker. Oh well, parts of the sort of underground complex. Take out this flamethrower guy on the way. Hope I don't die. But yeah, I definitely thought this was the trickiest bit for me anyway. I don't know what it was, and I think I was just probably coming at it wrong. But I did die a lot on this one bit, and it was the only bit that I really got stuck on.
Every part of me wanted
You know,
to
there
get
was
out
the
of
odd other bit where I did die, or
I could
you know,
feel
there's
the yelling. I
I
knew
think it
my
might be
friends
one
were
after
trapped.
this.
Everywhere I looked, too late. I felt alone among ghosts.
There you
After
go.
a while, I couldn't even look at the bodies.
I wish you'd be quiet.
We had to have made it to the fort.
There we go. Yeah, it might be the one after this. The second part, I think it's called the Runner, and you've got to get through this town. And that was a bit of a pain in the arse, but yeah, it wasn't too bad. Did it fairly easy. But yeah, in here you've got a nice weapon cache. You've got dynamite, which might be worth taking. In fact, I think swap it for the limpet charges. And you can stock up on some of the ammunition or change weapons depending on what you've actually got on you already. Now, because this was a retry, I can't remember exactly, but I think when I came in here the first time, there was a field manual, yeah, in that box just on the right that I've just passed. So as you first come into that, turn to your right slightly, and there's a field manual further down. Now, if you come through here, as you can see, I'm actually down... Well, it's I was going to call it a dry riverbed, but I think it was just more of a gully. And the bridge is just up at the other end of this, and I'm right down at the other end. So I was over to the right here fighting. In fact, you'll see there's the bunker with the machine gun nest on it. And it just gives you another approach to this place, sort of a back door. Now, I did try coming down here straight away before I attacked the bridge or anything else, and I just kept getting killed. There were that many guys down here, and then all the ones from the bridge turned their attention to me, the machine gun nests, flamethrower troops started turning up, and it just kept getting very messy. So that's why I took out the bridge first and then came down here. However, it's still not easy. And if you can, I really would recommend for this bit keeping a rifle. I can't remember if you can find one on the bit just before this where you first regroup with that unit when you come down the mountain. I really can't remember, but if there is, grab it. You know, take one of the light machine guns or one of the assault rifles. I'd probably recommend a light machine gun of some kind, but if you can, a rifle, something that's more accurate over range, and it'll come in very, very handy for this bit. I think when I restarted this bit, I can't remember. Yeah, because I was carrying on, I started with the same guns, and I should have just turned around to go and grab it. And you know, I could grab one of the German guns that they dropped, but I can't remember if I actually saw a rifle, if they were all submachine guns as well. That's that machine gun nest on top of that bunker that's causing the most problems. So I'm going to come back in here to recover some health. And then we're going to go back out and have another go at it. Now, there's the field gun. There is a guy up there. I've tried attacking it that way as well before, towards that field gun. I just kept failing the first couple of times. This time I do try to go up that way again, but then, well, I spot something else, and you'll see that in a minute. And because I'm sort of quite far downhill and it's up on a bit of a rise, I just had difficulty throwing grenades at it. I only had two, and I missed with both. Yes, I am that crap. And I don't think I'm going to hit this guy, but if I just squeeze the trigger gently and just pop off some little rounds, but no, it's way too inaccurate for this range. And this is why I say you could really do with a rifle down here, but there is a nice rock here that you can hide behind to recover your health. But even the very last level of the game, the very last mission, I didn't struggle like I did on this one. Here we are, this is going up to the field gun, and should have just thrown the grenade first, but it just keeps going in front of the shield and I just can't quite get it behind. And then I start getting shot from behind. Now, in a minute I'm going to go off to the left because I just can't figure a way past it, and I thought, well, maybe I can get off and around it. But actually, if you just run across here, time it, wait for him to fire, run across to your left, there's actually a sort of back entrance into the fort itself, and you work your way through the tunnels, and it's a lot easier than trying to attack up the hill. You can attack it up the hill and go through the front door, but I found this bit easier, so yeah, just to your left.
I could either go through the underground tunnels or above ground by circling around the back.
Not through the front?
I no longer had my armor. It was impossible.
Okay, maybe you can't go through the front, so those are the two ways. You can go through the tunnels or circle up around the back. I opted for the tunnels. I don't mind a tunnel fight. I find it, limited really to where they can be shooting at you from. It's normally in front, it's hard to flank you, it's not possible, unless there are other corridors, so yeah, I'd rather go for the tunnel fight than above ground. And now I'm just determining basically what to take with me, what guns to choose. I've got no ammo for that, so that's got to go. I was just running low on ammo altogether really. So I'm going to have to swap about and take something different. I don't normally go for this one, to be honest, but in a tunnel fight it's not bad. Accurate. Oh, then again, there you go, decided to swap. And again, thinking back, this and maybe a rifle would have been a decent choice, possibly. And these tunnels are a bit of a maze. Now, I don't know if I messed up, I missed something, but I'm kind of glad I missed it, because then I would have been searching about and probably would have had to edit it a bit more than I have. As it is, you do search around a little bit, but find stuff and it's not too bad. But yeah, there is another way to go to search, so I would imagine there's probably a field manual down there, but I did miss it. But like I say, I might go back through the story, try and do a guide for all the field manual locations. This is a good one for fighting in tunnels and trenches as well. And I just couldn't get it right to pop around the corner, that's why I look a bit special there. Yeah. I was that crap at the time. I don't know what was wrong with me. I just could not get onto that corner. And that's why I'm trying to figure it out now. Oh dear. I should have edited that out, but it's quite funny, so I'll leave it in. There we go. You have to be further over. And now I was quite pleased with myself trying it out. Oh dear, I think some of the gas grenades have affected me. Right, now if you go up the stairs, that's the way you're supposed to go. There's a field manual just off to your right. But there are other ways as well. There's another tunnel that way, I'm not entirely sure where it leads. I was going to go down it, but I didn't know if that was supposed to be the way I was going to go. So I just sort of came back, basically to see if I'd sort of missed an entrance way round, to see if it doubled round on itself, or if it was actually somewhere else, and it turns out it is. And I'm a bit indecisive as which way to go. And I think I have a look. Yeah, I do. I have a look and then change my mind and decide to go up instead. So I'm not entirely sure what's through there, but when you come up through here, that is basically the end of that section. If you try and come back again, it classes you as trying to leave the combat area. Excuse me. There is a nice supply of weapons on the way up. And I wish I'd have taken my own advice and grabbed that gun, I think. Or do I? Oh, I do. There you go. I was thinking semi-clearly. That's the problem with this. I've sort of recorded it quite a few weeks ago. You know, steadily played through the story since it came out, and only finished it the other day. Now, as you come up here, that's when it will class it as the next bit, and it just won't let you go backwards. Because I basically realised that I'd come on to the next bit, and then wanted to go back and check out the other bit, and found out that I couldn't. There you go, you get to about here, yeah, classes he was leaving the combat area, and you have to turn around and yeah, go back. Now, the disadvantage of coming through the tunnels is that you are basically coming out in a pit, and they are all surrounding you, all above you, and you have very little cover down here. So just remember that if you do go through the tunnels. I died, and because I'd moved on to this bit and actually came out through there, it starts me off, I think, as though I'd come up spiralling over, you know, overground, the back way. So that's where you would have come in if you'd have come up over, sort of around instead of underground. And you would have come through that door. And coming up this way, you do have more cover. You've got the sandbags here. You've also got the I think there's a small wall back there as well. But do be prepared for quite a fight. Yeah, you got to be prepared for a fight though, because there are quite a few guys up here, and a lot of them are hidden. So if you have got a few grenades, just start chucking them about left and right. You've sort of got two rooms, or two sort of rooms that are split into sections. One on the left, one on the right, and that's where they seem to be coming out of. Heavy armoured guy like I was before. Is he dead? Yeah. See, there's quite a few, and some of them I'm struggling to see over on the right hand side because of the smoke. There they are. A grenade instead. Oh great, it's another one of those armed guys. Is aim done? It's not a bad gun, that. Now, got rid of everybody. There's still music, and normally games like this, that means there's somebody still around somewhere, and I think I can hear them as well. So I'm not going to go rushing about and move cautiously. I might get one hit, but it won't kill me. Yeah, it normally means there's somebody around here anyway. Yeah, you've got... oh, there we go. Yeah, like I say, you've got a room either side that's sort of split up into sections, and there's a large door behind where I am now. And when you go through that door, that's the end of this mission.
I don't know how.
So obviously if you want to search around first, do that,
Matteo wasn't
you know,
there.
then go through the door. But that basically brings us to the end of that war story, so... that's it. We're on the 4th war story next, and we're with the Australian division, I think it is. So that'll be probably next week that I put that one up. But for now, I'll just leave you to watch this last bit and the cutscene. So I'm just going to say, oh no, we'll be back tomorrow with a World of Tanks video as well. I'm not entirely sure what. Depends what they put on the store. There might be something new in there, so we'll have to see. But yeah, as always, take care out there, and I will catch you next time. See you later.
I still think about that field. Every day. had almost stopped looking. Started giving in to the hope that Matteo had escaped. And then...
No! No! You...
He never got older. And here I am, still. Who decides such things? Buon compleanno.